Hey, what is up, guys? Steve here, and it is time to start another stream. Welcome back. Long time no see. I don't know how long it's been since I've streamed a run, but we are back today for Mewtwo in Generation 2. Mewtwo is going to be a very, very solid run, just like it was in Gen 1. However, we do have a little bit of a setback. We do not have Psychic on our starting moveset, nor do we have Swift. So this might be one little bit of a problem. We do get Swift at 22, but 22 is a long way ahead. We might even get all of the punches by the time we get to 22. Now, I don't know when the first dark type of the run is, but I did mention to Speed, I think it's Umbreon. So I think we are going to be able to basically sweep the whole game with just Confusion by itself. So I don't necessarily think it's going to be a big deal if I don't pick up Swift in the cave. I think I'm going to try and do it as low level as humanly possible. But obviously, bad things can still happen. This is not a perfect run by any means. But it's still going to be Mewtwo. I mean, yes, we've got a lot less special defense, but it still is a Mewtwo. The only thing that I see is going to be difficult is going to be Red. I actually don't have a solid plan for Red. I will probably still pick up Curse as a backup option because I think Mewtwo with 106 HP stat and leftovers is probably going to be more than enough for Red, I think. But you never know. We might end up having to use the return Curse strat. Although I do think we won't have to go for the full 6. I think we could probably go with 2. Possibly even 1, just because I think even at 1 we might be able to still outspeed basically his whole entire team, even with 50% less speed, but or 25% less speed, but we'll see. But for the most part, I think the run is going to be pretty easy. I did watch J Rose's video ahead of time to see what he did. Unfortunately, he is not a very good Gen 2 player, and that's fine. His run's only 4 months old, but it's become clear to me that J Rose does not have a lot of practice in Gen 2. His final time, and don't get me wrong, it's good, but he was bragging about this time, saying like nothing could beat it, but he got 522. If you look at my leaderboard, there is quite a lot of Pokemon past 522. I think J-Rose would be pretty disappointed if I told him my Octillery beat 522 or Kingler beat 522. So I think he will definitely get better at the game, and he will probably play Mewtwo again and find out that he can beat his 522. But I think this, well, we're about to put a smackdown. Oh, right. Also, this is with all shinies too. But so actually our run is harder than J-Rose's too, because the all shinies things makes all of the trainers in the entire game harder except Red. It does make Red easier, but I don't think he really struggled with Red at all. So I think yeah, this will be fun. I don't think we're going to be going with 0 resets for both runs this time. I'm fairly confident we will probably end up having somewhere in the realm of 6 resets, I imagine, for the first run, and then probably 2 for the second. J-Rose does the way the game intended, so it's not random. Most of the trainers DVs are like 5 or lower, sometimes even 0. They do make the DVs for the gym leaders and the Elite 4 higher, but again, not perfect. Like shiny is 15 10 10 10. So shiny is actually harder than the vast majority of what the game allows. Oh, thanks, Dust Yankee. All right. Anyways, so let me go ahead and put an over under. This is for the first run. This is we're gonna have plenty. All right, how fast will I beat Red? So we're gonna have plenty of mistakes in this very first run, and that's fine. We expect mistakes in the first run. So I'm gonna put the over under at Alakazam, because this is the first run. The second run, I expect us to get in that Furret range, because I think Mew is pretty good. The reason why I think Mew might be better than Mewtwo is because 100 stats all the way up to up to Goldenrod, it's fine. You can rely on Pound all the way to Goldenrod, Pound and Swift. And then when you get to Goldenrod, Mew then has Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and Thunder Punch. And 100 stats with the medium slow level up group is probably better than Mewtwo, because Mewtwo's got slow level up group. So, and also the lower special defense. So I think Mew will probably beat Mewtwo. All right, let's see. The over-under will be 119. Under 119. I think you guys will be genuinely surprised. I think J-Rose also lost to Whitney. So that should give you guys a hint on this Pokemon is certainly not perfect. Or J-Rose is just not very good. We'll see. But I think it's just because the Pokemon is just not gonna be perfect, especially since my Mewtwo is not gonna be as good as J-Rose Mewtwo, most likely, because J-Rose did mention that he resets the game a whole bunch of times to get a good DV Pokemon. He doesn't know what the DVs are, so it might not be as good as he would imagine, but I imagine he reset the run enough times to get probably better than a shiny one. The shiny is, again, 15, 10, 10, 10. All he has to do is get above that, which is not that difficult after enough resets. Yeah, Annie, I agree. Having all of the punches is so good. I understand it is weak for compared to Gen 1, because we're gonna have 75 power versus the 90 power moves, or 95 power moves, but this is gonna be great. We're gonna be fine. Confusion's not gonna be perfect, but I think Confusion plus all the punches are gonna be good. One thing that I know that J-Rose did not know was that Return is very, very good. And also he kept Fire Punch on his moveset the whole game. Fire Punch, if you guys have not watched enough of my Gen 2 runs, Fire Punch is basically good to Jasmine, and then once you're done with Jasmine, Fire Punch is dead to you. Fire Punch does not have a single use for the rest of the game if you have a Psychic move. So quite frankly, Confusion's gonna be better than Fire Punch Confusion's gonna be a replacement for Fire Punch in most cases. So I can actually teach over Fire Punch with Return, and Return's gonna be pretty good, because J-Rose had a hard time with some of the Psychic types because we don't have a move that's strong against Psychic types. Yes, we could technically teach Shadow Ball, which is there at Team 30. But I think Return is just going to be more powerful overall later in the run. So I think we'll stick with Return. Plus, 110 attack is not a pushover. Like, some people think, oh, you know, when you have a 40 stat difference, you should definitely consider using the one that it favors. But you also got to remember the type coverage of normal is really good. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to the main run and do the little intro for the vertical stream as I get that one started. All right, welcome everybody from the vertical stream. If you guys want to see a moveset overview with stats, make sure to check out our horizontal stream. For now, we're actually just going to go ahead and get started with our run here with Mewtwo. Mewtwo going to be one of the better runs, but I still don't think it's going to be able to beat the likes of Mew. Mew with the superior XP group will make a very big difference. I don't know if you guys, how many runs you guys have watched of mine, but in Gen 1, XP group does make a difference. In Gen 2, XP group makes an enormous difference. Like we're talking night and day difference. Because the run, essentially, if you were to compare Gen 1 and Gen 2, both of the gens would basically be finished after you got to all right, hold on. I need to name my Pokemon here, and I'm going to need all my thought process to do that. All right, we're just going to go with the nickname that I was told last run of Psycho. I hope that's spelled right. And we start our run after we talk to this guy. All right, Anyways, back to what I was talking about. If you were to compare Gen 1 and Gen 2, you would stop the run at Lance. So because this run has a further element to the game than Lance, the level up group starts to become very glaringly different. Like, we're talking 10 levels different. Like, for instance, if I were to play Gen 1 run with a Pokemon with the medium slow group and the medium and the regular slow group, the difference would be like six levels, 5 levels, which is pretty big difference. Speed and I calculated that it's about a 8% difference in stats. So if you wanted to compare a gen or a slow level up group Pokemon to a medium fast level up group Pokemon, you would just essentially multiply it by 0.92. So that's a really good way of dealing with it. But in Gen 2, it's quite a bit more different. In Gen 2, because you've got that whole post game, and that's like an extra 20 levels added, not 20, but like 15 levels added difference. The difference is a little bit greater. It's about a 2% greater difference. So you would actually multiply your medium slow Pokemon by 0.9 instead of 0.92. And that's the difference. So it's pretty noticeable in Gen 2. So essentially what I'm saying is Mew, despite having 100 in all the stats, making it for 600. And I think Mewtwo having 680, they're a lot closer than you think. Essentially, you would multiply Mewtwo by 0.9, and that would be comparable to Mew. So I don't know if anybody wants to pull out the calculator, multiply 680 times 0.9, but essentially that's how this is compared to Mew, which I think would be almost the same. I think Mewtwo would still be slightly ahead. Like, we're talking like 605 versus 600. But their stats are shaded a little bit differently. Mewtwo's got a little bit lower defensive stats, but higher speed and special attack, whereas Mew is just all around the same. And I think the all-around coverage is slightly better. If not for Red. Red has basically got 5 special attackers and 1 physical attacker. So the fact that Mew has got 100 special defense and Mewtwo has got 90, it makes a difference. Not an enormous difference, but it makes a difference. But anyways, this is gonna be a fun run. I think we'll put up a pretty respectable time. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I just decided not to heal here and go straight for the gym leader, and we'll see how that goes. Because we don't have a weakness to ground moves, I'm not anticipating getting hit by Mud Slap, and I think the amount of PP gained from healing is not going to matter. Plus, I got to heal anyways to go get the Togepi, so you know, it's not like I'm doing a whole heck of a lot difference. What game is this? This is Crystal, the Skull Guy. Welcome to the stream. We are playing with Mewtwo only, with no items in battle. And it looks like we have defeated Falconer already, which is pretty solid. As you guys can see, we are level 9. We do not get Swift until level 22. So we are basically stuck with Confusion until 22. But luckily, Pokemon in Gen 1 and 2, they love to throw out the poison types against you. So luckily, Confusion will be able to carry for quite a long time. Also, Gen 2 is really, really nice and gives you all 3 of the punch moves as early as Goldenrod. So that will make a pretty big difference as far as time in the early game. Why not get the TM for Swift? Because I don't see the need for Swift. If I were to run against a dark type, like let's say there was a Murkrow or whatever, then I would absolutely get Swift. But I think the need for Swift is just I just don't. Okay. If you guys are wondering why I'm trying to get this item is a repel, and this repel helps a lot in the cave right ahead of us. in the cave right ahead of us. One repel can get you through the whole cave if you don't get swift. Okay, come on. Come on, Bellsprout. You're at 33%. All right, 3 balls. That's good. That's average. Okay, and if we go over here, we can get a super potion, and we can also ignore all of the trainers. You can choose to battle the trainers or not, and we chose not to. I'm going to grab this Great Ball here, and that is going to be for an upcoming Krabby that we need to catch. All right, we don't need that item. This guy's random. We got around him. Nice. There's a potion over there we skipped. Getting around Hiker Anthony is pretty random. I usually grab this full heal here because for some reason, the trainers here in Bugsy's gym love to paralyze or poison you if you don't one-shot them. Although I do anticipate one-shotting them, so I'm not entirely certain I need them this early, but it's still good to have, just in case. You never know. When you're relying on one move, like Confusion here, anything can happen that you don't expect. And then you get, like, let's say, for instance, we were not to knock out this Zubat, you know? We could possibly get hit by Supersonic, and then we could hit ourselves like 3 times in a row, and all this stuff just happens, and you can never see it coming. What's really nice, though, is the Gen 1 miss is not a thing. So that'll be really nice. Knowing that we can reliably hit something every single turn with Confusion is great. Because that's sometimes what kicks in random losses here and there, is that Gen 1 miss. All right, welcome anybody who is here in the vertical stream. This is a challenge. I do it all the time on the channel if you guys want to check the backlog of videos. If not, by all means, I am Steve M Plays, and I play these solo runs where I change out the starter in the runs all the time. And well, we just play the run out and see how it goes. It's really cool of a challenge. We don't use items in battle. It makes things quite a lot more difficult than you would imagine. But it's very, very cool comparing Pokemon. Yes, this is the first run, Area 91. I understand that it's like 8:40 and you are expecting this to be the second run, but this is actually Crystal. We've already completed 2 runs in Gen 1, although I think you were there for a moment. Oh, my stream dropped? Okay, well, hopefully it's back up, DeMarcus. But yeah, Crystal is one of my... Specifically, Silver was the one that I played almost the most when I was a kid. I didn't get Crystal until very, very much later. But it is one of my favorite games all time. Love playing this game. Never get tired of it. That's why I can play so many Gen 1 and Gen 2 runs, because I never get tired of playing the game. And looking at Pokemon stats and moveset, it always excites me. All right, just want you guys to know this battle is not... Oh, actually, no, I think it is easy, because all of his Pokemon are Poison, and Grass, and I think we'll probably 2-shot the Grass one. How am I finding so many shinies? Actually, it is because I modified the ROM to change the DV value of all of the trainer Pokemon, specifically trainer Pokemon. Wild Pokemon, not so much. But the trainer Pokemon, all of them are shiny, and that is mostly just so the viewer gets an opportunity to look at shinies that they would never regularly get to see. And I think that's pretty cool. Some of the shinies are really, really cool, and some of them are really, really ugly. Unfortunately, I am unable to modify the ROM in order to make wild Pokemon shiny. One of the people in the chat... Oh, hold on. So this is a run where I plan on getting all 3 of the punch moves. And if you guys are not aware, if you want to get all 3 of the punch moves, you generally don't have enough money for all 3 of the punch moves. So if you go back into the city after delivering the Farfetch'd, you can talk to that guy, and if you talk to that guy, he will give you the charcoal. And when you have the charcoal, you can sell it for 5 grand. And selling the charcoal for 5 grand allows you to buy 2 punches on their own. And considering we're not picking up like random items here and there, it makes a pretty big difference having an extra 5 grand. Same thing with an item I'm about to walk up into. This item is Sweet Scent. It's an extra 1 grand and takes very, very little to no time. Yes, speed. I was getting to that. This is an old ROM. An old ROM. All I did was modify 1 file to get the trainer Pokemon all shiny. That's a lot more involved. All right, and now I got the bike. The bike, not super helpful early on in the run, but you get to some of these portions with a lot of grass. It makes a pretty big difference. All right, you know what? I probably should have bought the punches already. This is a little different. What am I playing on? I am playing on an emulator called Super Shucky, and I have everything locked at 4 times speed. So there are a lot of other people who do these challenges, and they generally do it at 4 times speed or 3 times speed, but for the most part, everyone does it at 4 times speed. So I play at 4 times speed because it's most comparable to everybody else. And that way, when you can compare apples to apples instead of apples to oranges. All right, let's grab this super potion. Grab coin case. I'm not going to spend any money on the haircut because we're not going to be able to get returned just yet. All right, yes, no, yes, and no. If Pokemon in Generation 1 and 2 is what you really like, I would highly recommend subscribing to the channel. It is something I do basically every day here on the channel. I skip only like twice a week, and I play loads of runs. And if you guys end up becoming a member of the channel, I do a run any Pokemon that has ever existed, and I play them in Gen 1 or 2. And you can just request it. That is pretty cool. At least for the first time you subscribe, or first time you become a member. What's my favorite Pokemon? I cannot answer that question. I have way too many. But overall, if I were to answer that question, I would say that I would say Alakazam. Alakazam's my favorite overall. Mewtwo has a place in my heart as one of my overall top favorites. But I mean, Alakazam is the one that I love the most. It's a Pokemon that I never really got to play. I played as a kid. I used Kadabra all the time. And I did not get to use an Alakazam until Pokemon Sun and Moon, because in Pokemon Sun and Moon was the first time I had access to the internet to do the online trades where you get to set the Pokemon to be traded and then somebody else trades their Pokemon, and then somebody else put up a Kadabra for a Kadabra and I put up a Kadabra for a Kadabra and we both traded, and it was fantastic. All right, I will go ahead and grab the punches now. I will not be teaching all of them. I will be teaching all of them but Fire Punch. Oh, right. All right, hold on. We need to sell the Charcoal, sell Sweet Scent, Mud Slap, and Fury Cutter. All right, we got over 9 grand now. So we're going to buy 1 of each. There is only 1 battle I want to keep Barrier for. Otherwise, I will teach Fire Punch immediately after that battle. But for now, I want to keep Barrier for Whitney. Because Whitney uses Rollout, she gets multiple turns. I don't have a super effective move against Whitney. Barrier is just it's gonna make a world of difference against her. And plus, I know from J Rose's video that she is actually not a pushover. I have not played Mawile, but I know it's got a very, very unique sprite. All right, so let's start with a barrier. That's probably more than enough. I don't think I need to set up 2 barriers. Roll out, and I'm just faster, so I didn't even need the barrier to begin with. But, you know, better to be safe than to be sorry. All right. I believe we have played Necrozma in Gen 2. If you're wondering, once again, how in the world did I get Necrozma into Gen 2? We basically replace a Pokemon in-game, or we add a Pokemon in-game the same way the exact creators of the game did it. We essentially used the same tools the creator uses, and we added it to the game. Is a very simplistic way of saying it. Necrozma was in Gen 1? Okay. Well, still, very cool. All right, well. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and use a repel here. Get through that grass, save ourselves a little bit of time there. All right. I don't require myself to knock out the Sudowoodo like Scott does. I can run away, not a big deal. I do grab this ether here for the rocket portion of the game, because the rocket portion of the game can take quite a bit of time. I've already healed, so I don't actually need to continue this part. Oh, actually, I have not healed. I have lost 20 HP. Okay, and let's go ahead and do this part with all the Komodo girls, and then we will face the rival, which hopefully at that point we will be able to one-shot the Haunter. That's the only hard part of the rival's team, is the Haunter. We have a super effective move, but the problem with the Haunter is that it's got a lot of special defense. So it is certainly by no means guaranteed that I can defeat that Haunter. All right, after I'm done with the Kimono girls, I'll make sure to use a super potion to heal up. Wow. Vaporeon, you are bulky. No need for Swift at this point. Like I said, I was pretty sure we were not going to need Swift, and it looks like we absolutely did not need Swift. All right, it looks like one super potion will do the trick. I'll make sure to grab the Speedrunner Hyper Potion here. Something that is just like along the way of the route. I can easily grab it. It is not out of the way. And sometimes a Hyper Potion comes in handy before Chuck, if you've run out of super potions. Exactly, Speed. You discovered the Hyper Potion. Congratulations. Let's give him a slow clap. Man, we have so many moves that are super effective on Zubat. It's a little crazy. All right, now we escape rope out. I'm not even going to bother healing or anything, because we literally took basically no damage. Now, I do not think we will be able to knock out Morty's Pokemon in one hit. However, I do think we should be able to knock out the Haunters in one hit. So as long as the Gengar does not hit us with a Hypnosis, I think we'll be perfectly fine. Oh, actually, I might be running out of PP. Maybe I should consider hitting the upcoming 2 Ghastlies with like a Thunder Punch. I'm fairly confident I don't need such a strong move to knock out a Ghastly. Haunter, however, not taking any chances. What is going to be nice is I did just hit level 25 there, which is a nice damage rounding threshold. So we are going to put ourselves in the best possible position to beat Morty here, but I do not foresee the Gengar being a one-shot, and therefore it will have a chance to hit me with Hypnosis. Although, because we're Psychic type, it might use Shadow Ball. Or I just knocked it out in one hit, and I was completely wrong, and I completely overrated Morty. All right. Over here, use our last and final repel before we buy our super repels. All right, we still have to catch our Krabby coming up. I really like the green Mewtwo sprite. I think it's very different. It's like the only green sprite I like. For the most part, I kind of hate all the green sprites. But this Mewtwo's sprite is like outlined in green instead of all green, and I think it makes a very big difference in the likability of the sprite for me. Nice. Lure ball. Nice. Yeah, I pretty much hate all the green sprites except for the Mewtwo. And I think it's because they didn't lay too hard in the green. Whereas a lot of green sprites are just all green. I don't even remember the Dragonite sprite. I do know that Dragonite is green, but I don't remember what it looks like. But we do have Lance in this run, and we could take a look at that. Literally played it yesterday, but you know, I've already forgotten what it looks like. But like I said, generally, when it comes to the green shinies, I generally do not like them unless it's like an outline of green or like highlights of green. Do I play Pokemon Go? I did when it first came out, but unfortunately at one point Pokemon Go came out with an update that all users with a jailbroken phone were unable to use Pokemon Go, and that's when I quit playing, because I was not going to give away my what do you call it? So the reason why my phone is jailbroken is because I can get a ad. What is it called? An ad block on my phone that is more powerful than just searching for regular ones you can get off of Google Chrome, I guess you would say. You would Google, you know, like ad block, not ROM, but ad block. Oh my God, what is it called? Oh my God, why can't I remember it? Oh my God, what are apps called? Oh my God, I'm completely spacing. I'm trying to play Pokemon and think. No, not browser extension. No. I'm talking about phone apps. Apps on your phone, when you download them, not from the App Store. You search for some letters in your Google search. Oh my God. Do I really have to go check my own downloads folder? APK. Yep. Annie's got it. Yep. It's stronger than any APK you can download off the internet with the jailbroken one. You could literally there was this thing called Lucky Patcher, and you can remove like really deep-seated ads. I mean, like it's got some very, very strong ad removals. Like, I kid you not, I patched the YouTube app with Lucky Patcher, and like apps or like ads were just straight up not a thing anymore. Like it didn't even give you like the skip option or anything like that. Just there were straight up no ads. Like, ads were gone. Ads like never even existed on the YouTube app. It was great. You can't do that without the jailbroken phone. Lucky Patcher. All right, let's move Kenya to the second slot. Teach, fly. But again, your phone has to be a jailbroken, not something the normal person can do. But anyways, that's why I stopped playing Pokemon Go. Essentially, they alienated me from being able to continue playing Pokemon Go, and I was not going to conform to them. I was not going to give up my ad blocking ways for Pokemon Go. Which is sad too, because I had just caught like 100 Magikarps and finally evolved a Magikarp into a Gyarados the correct way. That was pretty exciting. Catching like 100 Magikarps just into finally... Why did I save? I have Thunder Punch. But yeah, it was fun while I was playing it. I went to like the park like every other day. It was great. I also would drive through cemeteries in order to refill up my Pokeballs and whatever other items that the Pokestops also gave you. Although I never really got to do the gym battling thing. There were not like a lot of gyms in my area. There were gyms. I just never really did them. I guess I was under the impression that I really wanted a very solid team before I considered doing the gyms. And unfortunately, I only got to play Pokemon Go for like 2 months before that update came out. So far, this run has been like easy mode, just like Gen 1, even if I don't have Psychic. Oh my god. The one thing I really don't like about Gen 2 is the turning. It just like... Sometimes you just turn in place and it's really annoying. Boy, this Confusion PP is great. I like how Confusion is also 75, just like the other moves. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of other moves I can get. Well, I almost forgot to talk to her. I mean, this is going to be our moveset for quite some time. I'm still going to pick up Curse, and I'm still going to pick up Rest. I just don't end up thinking I'll need them, but we'll see. This moveset is pretty OP. You know, it's funny. I could, because I skipped that guy, I could technically do the whole Speed and Scott strategy of escape roping since I never battled him. But I think I only bought 8 escape ropes, and 8 escape ropes is exactly how much you need. So, I can't afford an extra escape. I was also only $1,000 away from the not being able to afford all 3 of the punches. So, it's not like I had the money to buy the escape ropes at the time. I do feel like I'm playing a perfect run, though. I don't feel like I've ran into too many extra walls. I don't think I've done like just gone in wrong directions or anything like that, or used the wrong moves. I think everything has been pretty perfect, and we have 0 resets. So I'm not really sure how I can cut time from a second run so far, but I'm sure the moment we actually battle Red, unless it's the first try, I don't really see how I'm gonna save time. But we'll see. Oh, I just realized I did not go get Return, but I don't plan on teaching Return until after we defeat Jasmine. So I guess we can pick up Return and teach Return after we defeat Jasmine at the same time, essentially. I don't think I need to heal. I think 15 PP for all my punch moves is more than enough. especially since I'm pretty much going to use Thunder Punch this entire time, except for Piloswine. Outside of being frozen on Piloswine, I don't see how we could possibly lose. And even if we do get frozen by Piloswine, what's Piloswine going to do? Use more blizzards? I did assume it was going to live. Heck, I don't even need to save after doing this part. I have 14 fire punches. I should one shot all the what are they called? One shot all the Magnemites, and probably two shot the Steelix, if not one shot the Steelix. I mean, I do have a fire move, and I'm pretty sure Steelix is not going to deal 65 damage in one attack. Hello, Mattias, Ramon, Ramos. Welcome to the stream. We are playing Mewtwo here in Generation 2. We replaced one of our starters with Mewtwo and playing the run and seeing how it goes. It's been a long-awaited run here on the channel, and so you caught the exact right stream. I've got, like, was it 35 Pokemon or so on my leaderboard, so we're about to probably set either new first or second place on our leaderboard, I imagine. All right, now we can go get return and teach over Fire Punch, because that is the last use of Fire Punch we'll ever need. All right, 5th floor real quick. All right. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that Fire Punch does not have a lot of uses in the game, but I understand. Just like how Gen 1 doesn't particularly like fire types either. It is what it is. I mean, every game has got their thing. Gen 3, you know, has got too many water types. Although, I can't necessarily say how good water types do, or I mean fire types do. So fire types don't generally do very good in Gen 1 or 2, but I'm curious how fire types do in Gen 3, the one with too much water. Probably also not very good. Oh, you're playing Raticate only. Nice. That is a very solid run. Having Hyper Fang real early in the run makes for a really solid run all the way up to I'm trying to think. It's a really solid run for a very long time. I mean, you also get Dig, so I mean, like, even Koga's not crazy hard, although you are pretty fragile defensively. So like, if Koga manages to live a Dig because you weren't a high enough level, then like self-destruct can probably knock you out pretty easily. Okay, well, I thought I would knock out Magnemite in one hit by now. Maybe on the second run we'll teach return after this guy. Oh, really? No way. Really? Okay. So be it. That's why you get the full heals. He loves to say that's the reason why he keeps fire moves too long, is because of that guy. I think that guy blows. I don't care if I get fully paralyzed and supersonicked. Magnemites are still bad. Basically, you have to defeat you. The Magnemites can't defeat you. Although, it's a very different story for Jasmine's. Jasmine's have Thunderbolt. Nice froze. I used Ice Punch there instead of Return because I was looking at my physical was way lower than my special. So for a 6 power difference, I'm fairly confident that Ice Punch would have done more damage. I didn't really factor in what Porygon's special defense was, but I think its defenses are both pretty close. All right, we're gonna have to use our ethers real soon. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and use some ethers now. Since Confusion has 25 PP, anytime I get under 5 is a good time to use the ethers. Basically, the name of the game is if you can manage to use 2 ethers at once, that is very, very good. Sometimes it's really hard to fit, like, remember that Ice Punch is technically stronger than Thunder Punch because I've beaten wow, why can't I remember his name? He's so forgettable. Price. I've defeated Price already. All right, I do have a full restore, I'm pretty sure. Yep, it's right there at the end. Not the greatest showing by our Mewtwo, but that's fine. A win's a win. That rival battle is like probably the second hardest rival battle next to Rival 2. And quite frankly, Rival 2 is generally only hard if your Pokemon is not very good. Which today ours is very good. But there are definitely a lot of Pokemon that struggle at that Rival 2 battle. Some Pokemon like Fortress have such a bad rival battle that they actually have to train to like level 20 something even to beat him. Whereas this one is just hard in general, reset wise, but the Rival 2 battle is just straight up hard. Who theoretically should give me the most trouble? Good question. I would probably say Karen, because I cannot knock out the Umbreon in one hit. So that means that I'm going to get hit by Sand Attack, and that's going to make the rest of the team very annoying to deal with. And I could easily get a reset on her. J-Rose, he used Dynamic Punch, and I think that's just wrong. I think Dynamic Punch is just wrong on so many levels. He used a lot of Dynamic Punch. He used Dynamic Punch for red. I think J-Rose should definitely have done more than one run. Thinking that Mewtwo is a Dynamic Punch Pokemon is just wrong on so many levels. Like, of all the Pokemon to use Dynamic Punch, why Mewtwo? Why would you do that to my boy Mewtwo? I mean, yes, Speedrunner, it was for Snorlax, but quite frankly, I don't think that's, I still don't think that's the right play. Quite frankly, I think Return was the play. J-Rose never picked up Return. The whole run, he never picked up Return. So, I mean, that makes sense. That he would have to go with a strong move like Dynamic Punch instead of Return. Wow, this is just a one shot sweep run. Very fun. Maybe not for the Rockets and all of them, but very fun for me. Can't believe I walked into that room. That's funny. Yes, Return is so good. I think he genuinely either just doesn't know about Return or refuses to use it or plays on the wrong day of the week for Return. I don't know. By the way, guys, I'm thinking somewhere around Christmas time, I'm gonna do Gen 2 Ditto. Now, don't give it super high expectations. I already know from watching both Scott and Picaspery that it's just straight up impossible to win Ditto. So I'm gonna consider the Ditto run completed when I defeat Blue. Blue will be the last trainer that Ditto faces. The run will I'll end the timer when I defeat Blue. And then I'm just gonna put a plus by it. Like, you know, let's say it's like 6 hours and 30 minutes plus. Would be the leaderboard time. Because it's just not possible to beat Red. That you can't beat Red with the struggle strat. He's too much HP. You can't beat Red with the Pikachu, no matter how lucky you get. You also can't even dent his Pokemon with Pikachu. Struggle. So yeah, the run will be over when you hit Blue. I don't know what... That guy can see that far? Dang. I did not realize he had such good range. Okay, that one's on me. I shouldn't have done that. Luckily, it's just one Pokemon. Okay. I think Picasbury had to use full restores in order to beat Red. And at that point the run is just, it's over. I would rather him have just given up after Blue. Although Scott gave up after but he gave up at Blue, which means he has not done a Gen 1 Ditto. If he had done Gen 1 Ditto, he would have realized that luck exists in Ditto runs. You can't make a consistent Ditto run. So the first time he required a very luck heavy battle, he gave up. Then again, he plays yellow, so I guess maybe the Ditto is different for yellow? Easier or harder? I don't know. Yeah, I know Scott hates luck. Probably why not too many people are ever gonna attempt to get like a solid Ditto time. They're gonna complete Ditto for the sake of defeating or like beating all the Pokemon, but they're not gonna go for a good Ditto time. Like, I think I could probably beat my other Ditto run, but I'm not gonna. Sometimes you have to ask if you should. I already know the answer is I can beat the other Ditto time. The question is, should I? And the answer is no. Oh, and if you guys really love the struggle strats in Gen 1 for Ditto, the struggle strat is the only strat in Gen 2. Like the Pokemon on all of these teams are so bad. What was really nice about Picasbury is that he tried to do the non-struggle run. He basically showed you that every hard battle in the game, you can't use transform. You have to struggle, like every single battle. It's actually quite hilarious. He basically proved that the Ditto run is basically just the struggle run, which is funny because that's what Red Riosity told us for the Gen 1 Ditto. He told me that he actually used the struggle strat even earlier than I did, which I guess he pretty much said that he used the struggle strat all the way after Brock. He basically struggle stratted the whole game. He used potions until he got to the freshwaters. Which, seeing as how much money I had to spare there at the end of the game, I think that's very likely something you can easily do. So, quite frankly, I think I could shave off a whole hour off the run. Now, don't get me wrong. I could probably lose an hour on Lorelei and Giovanni, but I think I could shave off an hour off the run up to Lorelei and Giovanni. Not that I would ever want to do Ditto again, but essentially Ditto is just the struggle run. There is absolutely no reason to use transform until you get to Blaine. I don't know if these rare candies are required. If I don't need these rare candies, I'll remove them from run 2, but I'm picking them up just in case. If I end up not needing these rare candies, I'll just remove them. But if it's better to have and not need than to not have it all for run 1. How would Giovanni go? No, you still have to do the transform. I'm saying you basically are just going to use the struggle strat all the way up. Oh, whoops. I don't need to do that. You use the struggle strat all the way to Blaine, and then you can finally transform. All right. I don't know if I need to battle any of these guys. I'm just going to choose not to, and if we have a hard time in the league, which I don't expect us to have a hard time, we'll add some back. Although I really don't expect it. We'll need to. But unfortunately, the Ditto run is not very interesting in Gen 2 at all. Basically, from the very moment you get Ditto, you want to use struggle. The very moment. You don't want to use struggle, or sorry, you don't want to use transform outside of training at all. Basically, you train off of Hoppips. Are they Hoppips? Yeah, Hoppips, because they don't have any move other than Splash. And then you train up on the Hoppips until you get to like 13, and then you just basically struggle the whole game. Okay. Stop learning, yes. Okay, well, I wonder why that was so difficult. Why did I do that? Okay, well, I don't think it really mattered. I don't think return would have finished it off anyways. Wait a second. You have Confuse Ray? I better have saved. I really, really hope I saved. Please, please tell me I saved. Oh, good. Woo! Oh, no. For the entire Elite Four, you also use Struggle with Ditto. You can't beat him with any of the first Pokemon on Ditto's team. It did also get me to think. There's no PP restoring item, or restoring berry in Gen 2, right? Like, for instance, could I possibly, let's say, turn 1, attack the Xatu with Struggle, and then it knocks it out with Struggle, all right? And then turn 2, the berry goes off, and then gives me my PP back, and then I would turn into this, well, this would be a second Xatu, but you get my point. Like, turn into a different Pokemon. I don't think the berry is obtainable. I think you can pretty much... I think there is one, but I think it's not obtainable unless unless you get like Ho-Oh or something, like in one of those ruins. So I mean, yes, it's obtainable, but also pretty much not obtainable. But also the question is, would it work? Would it work on turn 2? Route 35? I don't know what is Route 30. Regardless, the other question is, would it work on turn 2? Or would it immediately work on turn 1? Because if it works on turn 1, then it just doesn't matter. Wow, that was the most successful minimize I've ever seen a Muck use. I missed like 4 times off of 1 minimize. I know where there's a mystery berry. I didn't realize it was the mystery berry. The mystery berry is right north of Goldenrod. If you go over the water into the left, I know there's a mystery berry tree. I remember going to that tree all the time as a kid. The other problem with this strat, John, is that it still also doesn't work. You basically would have to get a crit, because you are not going to be able to knock out, let's say, Blue's Pikachu without getting a crit struggle. And then you would transform into whatever his second Pokemon is, I guess. And I'm curious if that's a possible strat. Okay, let's do this. This was my predicted hardest battle. Okay, Umbreon. Return. Your defense is also lower. That's good. Oh, wow. Still not even a 2-shot, huh? That sucks. All right, Ice Punch. Good. I do like how you guys are saying there's a lot of trees, though. Oh, I missed twice. Dang it. Well, the Waterstone room, all you have to do is have a Waterstone on you, which you can buy. So it's not that hard to get a Waterstone. Okay. Oh, wow. It's not a one-shot on Houndoom, huh? And I've been hit by Sand Attack, so 3. Oh, wow. I got 3 returns in a row on Houndoom. That is a miracle. Okay, that was Spite. I was very scared there for a second. I thought it was Destiny Bond. You can buy a Waterstone on like the 3rd floor of the mart. I want to say it's the 3rd floor. Area 91. I think what I'm going to end up doing is on the 2nd run, I'm just going to use all the rare candies before her. So that way I can reliably 2-shot. Oh, crap. Wrong move. I can reliably 2-shot the Houndoom. All right, I'm going to get a reset because of that paralysis, aren't I? Yeah, I'm definitely going to get a reset. You can only get it from Bill's grandfather and Kanto Fisherman. True. There is a lot. Wow, you guys are mentioning there are a lot of mystery berries. I do know where one of them is. So, I mean, if you guys are saying it's unobtainable, that is not true. I know there's one immediately north of Goldenrod, and then you go over the water to the left. You cannot buy the Waterstone? What? Oh, you know what? The only time I ever needed a Waterstone was I was doing a randomizer, and the randomizer has better marts, so it was probably included with the better marts. So, yes and no. Yes, I did buy one. No, it's probably not available in the regular game. Right, I understand what you're saying, Annie. I understand. What I'm saying is the randomizer has a setting for better marts, and it makes the marts have an extended stock. What is my what was my Mew time? Was it 111? 111 is actually going to be kind of hard. 111 means I need a 20-minute, no, less than 20-minute Kanto, which is pretty hard. Kanto is generally around 20 minutes. Although, to be fair, I think Speed and I have improved our routing in Kanto a lot since we made that 20-minute prediction. So maybe I've shaved off a lot of minutes where it's not 20 anymore. But that's a general rule of thumb, is it's 20 minutes, and 15 minutes would be 110. So I would have to shave off a pretty decent amount of time to catch Mew. And again, that would mean like a first try red too. I know you're wrong. There's some pretty decent time saves, like this one right here, the teleport trick. When you get out of the okay, well, I should definitely have gotten Psychic there. That was an accident. Luckily, I can fix my mistake. All right, I don't think anybody is going to be hard all the way up to blue, so I will not put the leftovers on just to save myself time all the way up to blue. Oh, you know what? I probably should not use my Psychics. Ice Punch will be just fine. Doing a lot better than I expected, though. I definitely expected to have a difficult Karen, so two attempts is actually not bad. Especially considering I had to defy Sand Attack 3 times on the Houndoom. Also, in theory, I also defied a range on Houndoom too, so I mean, it could have been even worse. Which is why I'll use the candies before or next time. Oh, it was also a 3-shot Umbreon. So again, the candies will also make it a 2-shot Umbreon. Hey, boss. Welcome. We talked about the boss KO full restore so much last run. It's unfortunate you weren't there. Oh, darn. Well, at least we skipped Magnemite guy. I don't think these guys have Shadow Ball. Baton Pass Psychic. Psychic, okay. Yep. Never need to worry about her. Right. Right, up, up, down. You know what's actually kind of funny? I didn't think about it until after the run, but in the Bulbasaur run, I got Flash. So that means I actually could have done the Rock Tunnel skip. All right, no spoilers on how that run went. All right. Set ourselves a teleport spot. All right, so our Mew run was 111. So we are gonna have quite a difficulty beating that time, I would imagine. We still have the entire Nugget Bridge to do, which is gonna be annoying. Really, guy? There's a reason why I like going down and around that guy. Like, I for some reason, I hate that guy so much. He is almost as bad as the guy in the grass that gets in your way. On a few of the runs recently, I start going down and around because the guy only goes up and not down. Wait a second. Was the overlay wrong there? Yeah. I need to make a note for MVF. Granbull. Granbull, something's wrong about Granbull. It said Ice Punch was super effective on Granbull. That means Granbull might accidentally have, I don't know, like a grass type or something in the mapper. Not the mapper, the JSON. This happened once before with like Nidoking, I believe. Where the map was just wrong. And it's not MVF's fault. He actually never made the JSON file. The previous guy made the JSON file, and he's just going off of what is on it. That's why some of the movesets are on there and some of the movesets are not on there. Because the previous guy stopped working on the overlay at a certain point in time, and the movesets are just straight up only on like half the Pokemon. Yeah, it's funny. Game Dev used to do streams with John Calibro for quite some time, and then apparently John hasn't heard from him in a very, very long time. So I guess he might be just done with Pokemon. How dare that Lapras survive? Ruin my perfect Misty. All right, teleport. All right, we got 102. That's actually pretty good for how long I thought all of those battles were gonna take. Now we might actually make a I will when we get to red, I will figure out what kind of time it takes to get through Kanto. Because I said it takes like 20 minutes. And we got to the ship at approximately 55 minutes. So I'll be able to figure that out. This is another battle where J-Rose kind of had a hard time. I don't remember why he had a hard time. I just remember that he did. I think he got 2 resets on Surge, which is crazy. Like, how in the world could Surge possibly cause you 2 resets? But I guess when you don't have a physical move like Return, it's kind of hard to hit some of these physically weak Pokemon. Surge is very annoying. If he does survive 1 attack, he does use a whole bunch of double teams, and it makes sense how you can get a reset, but 2? I remember looking at his thing, and in the top right it said, by the way, J-Rose has got a real new overlay that I had, well, I mean, I don't think it's an overlay. I think he actually just edits it after the run. But apparently his Gen 2 Ditto video is like the newest video I've watched from him in literally over a year. And it's very different. He used to have nothing on the sides except for just a little picture. And now he actually has like the times that he got to certain like to beating certain gym leaders. So it was different. That was kind of cool. I know you're wrong. It's basically no different than any of my... Well, I guess mine doesn't include the times. Mine just includes the badges, but I don't think the time really matters. Although, now that we point this out, this could be something we can add, because game time is a is something that the game tracks. I could, at the bottom of the gym leader's face, put the time I got. It would never change throughout the entire run. Once it's been achieved once. The question is, when does it reset? I guess I would want to reset it with the data in the game resetting, but I would have to ask MVF if I could do that. Oh, she actually didn't start with the Ariados. That was interesting. How did the... Oh, yeah, the items take a priority in Gen 2 instead of Gen 1? Okay. I was like, how in the world did she go before me? But I saw it was a dire hit. Okay. So this is two things I need to write down for MVF after this stream. Technically, you're wrong, Annie. If you think about it, Gen 1 is first. Gen 1 set the precedent. So technically, Gen 1 was working properly. Items were used at the speed of your Pokemon. Clearly, that's how it was intended. They changed it in Gen 2. I'm sure people love the technically police. Nothing works in Gen 1. I don't know what you're talking about. That's how it was. That was how it was meant to be. That game set the precedent, you know? That's exactly how it was intended. Everything was working right. All right, I got myself the leftovers as a just-in-case measurement. 111 would be like a first try red. That would be hard. No, actually, you know what? I don't think I could get 111. I still have to talk to Oak. I still have to make it to the top of the tower. I still have to teach a move. I don't think I can beat red quick enough. I also have to get Curse. Maybe I just cut Curse altogether. If I struggle on red, so be it. It is what it is. Stop full restoring. You're making this take so much longer than it needs to be. We're not going to make it, but we might be able to tie Mew. As long as I talk to that poster for good luck. Oh geez, I'm gonna make it to red at 111. There's no way I can beat him at 111. If I used all my candies, I might be able to beat him, but I'm not going to use my candies. I'm going to see if I can do it without the candies. Rest. over Ice Punch, I think. Really? Charm? Really? Had to be like that? Okay, well, that was the wrong move. Amnesia? Oh, no. Yeah, we're not going to win. Nope. All right, we'll give it one more try. We absolutely cannot get hit by Charm. I might also have to use the candies. At least some candies. Okay, that's a range. That's very good. Make a very, very big difference having return. So first turn Psychic, and he's gonna not Amnesia. Interesting. Second turn Psychic, not Amnesia again. Oh. Okay, we do need to be a higher level. So be it. Oh wow, I only have 7 candies. Interesting. Let's try 60. What? No, J Rose was not right. We do not use dynamic punch. That's wrong. It's wrong on every level. No, I refuse to believe that we need dynamic punch. He missed dynamic punch way too much. We just needed to be a higher level. I was level 50 something against 75. 75. And a crit. Okay. Okay, maybe I should be 63. We're testing out ranges. We'll clearly do better on the next run. Body slam, paralysis immediately. Ouch. Special defense fell. That's good. Okay, but I'm paralyzed for the next Pokemon. He's gonna knock me out. Absolutely, he's gonna knock me out. Yep. Okay, we'll be a higher level. 63. Again, you don't have to compare this to our final leaderboard time, because our final leaderboard time will have like 1 or 2 red attempts, not this many. Right now, we're just figuring out how many rare candies I absolutely need, so that way I can figure out how many I can use before Karen. There we go. Nice. Maybe 63, which gives us good ranges. Nice. Rain Dance, that's not going to do you any good. Well, I guess it will do Blastoise a little bit of good. If he still had it. Okay. Second place in the leaderboard. First try. Okay. So, let's see. 13, or say 113 with 440. 113 with 440 would absolutely put it second place in the leaderboard. We technically could have gotten Mew if we had first tried red, but again, I still think first trying red would be pretty difficult. Thunder Punch was definitely necessary. I'm glad we got rid of Ice Punch. That was smart. I think we should absolutely pick up all of the available candies, because getting the 63 for that red battle will be kind of difficult if I end up using a few candies before Karen. So that'll be interesting. I don't remember what moveset we used for Mew, unfortunately. That was an offline. I did it by myself at the end of just offline. As you can see by the X, that's a rerun time. The old Mewtwo is like 140 something. All right, I'm gonna hit the restroom and refill my drink, and we will start run 2 momentarily. I refuse to believe dynamic punch is an option, John. I understand it's possible to use dynamic punch, but it's so inconsistent. Just because J-Rose got it in like 2 tries doesn't mean I will. Also, it's not even a 1-shot on Snorlax. As you saw, using return as a 3-shot on Snorlax, it's not that much of an improvement at all. Plus, you factor in the misses, and it's basically the same as return. Quite frankly, I think the better strategy would actually be to use Curse. The problem is, I don't think I have room on my moveset for Curse. I guess I don't need Psychic, but I use Psychic on Venusaur. But I guess I could just use Return on Venusaur if I use Curse. Maybe that is the right strat. I think we'll absolutely easily first try Red if we use Curse setup. The second Pokemon. What was the second Pokemon on his team? Did anybody go back and look what the second Pokemon was on his team? Actually, I'm gonna hold on. All right, so it's Pikachu, then it's Espeon. Okay. Yeah, Espeon. I could easily set up on Espeon. I mean, Espeon literally can't do anything to me. It literally has Psychic. It was using Psychic. Espeon is going to do nothing. I could easily set up return or curses on Espeon, use a rest to get all my HP back, and then just knock everything out. Heck, I don't even probably even need to do the HP thing. So yeah, I think we will definitely be fighting for that time of Espeon. Or that was it. Let's see, hold on. The over-under we put at 119. Everyone basically guessed lower. Everyone was right. We did in fact get lower than 119. It was 113, so that makes perfect sense. Now the big question is, will we get under 111? What do you guys think? Will we get under 111? That will be very, very different. I can definitely tell you the run will be very different. All right, let me go ahead and set the over under. How fast will I beat Red? Over 111, under 111. Because you got to remember, if I get like a perfect run, I'm still arriving around that 110 area. How will I beat Red? Over 111, under 111. All right, good luck with your run, Speed. All right, so essentially, will we get new first place, or essentially will we be keeping second place? I do think that our curse strat has basically given us the can't lose against Red. I don't know, but if you notice, but like the absolute strongest thing that Red could do against us is 3-shot us. So even if we go second against his entire team, second, because, you know, Curse is going to make us slow. If we go second against his entire team, as long as we got leftovers, I think there's literally no way we could lose. Outside of being hit by a crit. Crits are always possible. All right. All right, have a good night, John. Thanks for sticking by as long as you could, man. I definitely feel like Red was a little bit harder than I expected, but certainly still doable. Karen, on the other hand, was quite a bit harder than I expected. I expected to be able to one-shot that, or sorry, two-shot the Umbreon. All right, and we start our timer as we talk to this guy. All right, guys, second run is underway. We get so many free heals here at the beginning of the run. We get a free heal from Professor Pokemon, or Mr. Pokemon. We get a free heal from the rival. Basically, there's no need to ever heal. What's the red solution? Hey, Red. The red solution is don't do what we did the last run, which we did. What we did last run was we had several resets trying to figure out what would be the minimum level to beat Red. And in the end, the minimum level was irrelevant. What we needed to do was we needed to change our strategy. So I went in Red with Psychic, Thunder Punch, Return, and Rest. What I needed to go into Red was Curse, Thunder Punch, Return, and Rest. And then the level was irrelevant. Which means I can use all my candies on Karen, so that way I can two-shot her Umbreon instead of three-shot her Umbreon. And therefore I can go the rest of the entire Karen battle with a little bit better odds. Did I test? Well, no. That's why you play the run out. You don't... I mean, technically I could have gone back and tested with a reset, but I don't generally do that unless I'm extraordinarily curious, but I kind of like playing the run out and then finding out my strategy was wrong. But I think because nothing on Red's team could three-shot us. Well, it would take a three-shot to knock us out. So even with Curse setup and going second on all of his Pokemon, I think we would have been perfectly fine because of the leftovers. The leftovers would keep us being able to take more than 3 hits. So essentially it would take... Psychic Drop wouldn't... Yeah, it would matter. It would matter. Setting up the Espeon is a little risky because of the Psychic Drop, but I really don't think there's much I can do about that. Setting up on the Pikachu. I really don't like setting up on the Pikachu. I understand setting up on the Pikachu. I just really don't like doing it. But if we run into the special drop problem, we'll definitely consider it. Like, I'm not using a full curse setup. I'm using like a 1 to 2 curse setup. And if it's going to take twice as many turns against the Pikachu because it starts out with Charm. Because I really think that if I use 2 curses, I will two-shot the Snorlax, and that's all I really care about. I got 15 confusions. That is the same amount of confusions as last run. So outside of the exact same battle, we will be fine. I didn't get a Bellsprout this time, though. You know what's really funny? We didn't get Swift until we made it all the way to Ecruteak. Level 22 to make it to Ecruteak is actually quite funny. Because that's like extraordinarily low leveled. That's the other thing. I don't know which amount of curses is better, because I think if I use 2 curses, I might still be able to outspeed some of the members of his team. I don't know if that's necessary. Probably isn't necessary. Oh, look, we got Pokerus. Who would have thought? It doesn't happen to us every run, that's for sure. Wow, we had like 6 encounters in that grass last time. Always grab that great ball, just in case. Sometimes Krabby can get real finicky. I got around the hiker again. Nice. I don't really think I needed that full heal because I one-shot pretty much everything outside of Scyther. Generally, I only need that full heal if I think there's a chance that something in Bugsy's gym survives and paralyzes me or poisons me. Not this time. Now, I'm generally curious if I needed that barrier or not for Whitney. I used the barrier last time on Whitney and then taught Fire Punch after Whitney. Since J-Rose lost on Whitney, I'm still probably going to just go ahead and use the barrier on Whitney just in case. I'm sure the one barrier turns her from possibly a hard battle into a joke. All right, Kurt heals me. I will definitely not be facing Paris. I know everybody and their mother likes facing that Paris, but that Paris, it paralyzes me, it poisons me, it survives hits. That Paralysis is... Okay, wow, that Caterpie also survived, but the Caterpie can't do anything to me. Well, I mean, you can't go through life thinking everything's gonna metronome Paris song you. All right. There's literally no way the Scyther can knock me out. Even if it were to string together 3 Fury Cutters in a row. Oh, I didn't think about a crit. But we had the berry. It didn't really matter. Actually, now we kind of wasted our berry. All right, I'm gonna head to the rival because there's literally nothing he can do for the first 2 Pokemon, and the second Pokemon can do something, but like pretty much nothing. Unfortunately, we have to catch an Oddish, so that sucks. All right. Eight regular repels, 8 escape ropes. All right, Oddish. No, Venonat. I hate Venonat. It learns nothing. Nothing good. Wow, I'm actually getting a little surprised I'm not getting encounters here. Hello, Oddish. You better go in 5 balls. I need some... Okay, thank you. For some reason, that Oddish, it's got like a 20% catch rate. I don't care if it says 33. It's a lie. We need that charcoal in order to buy all of the punches. We don't need headbutt because we don't really need another move. I'm gonna grab this just for the punches. We were within 1 grand of being able to afford all 3 punches. I was real stupid. Can't be making mistakes like that when your margins are so thin. All right, maybe we can avoid some of the spinners, but quite frankly, we avoided a lot of the Kanto spinners last run. So, oh, the margins are gonna be so slim. Oh, darn it. Oh, never mind. I don't remember if this money was necessary to be able to afford the punches or not. But considering we were within 1 grand and this guy gives us 600 bucks and there's another guy right after this, maybe his money was necessary to afford all 3 punches. Okay, well, if this guy's only giving 200 bucks, maybe his money wasn't necessary and we could have gotten Thunder Punch. Oh, well. Then again, I didn't buy the punches until after I delivered the Abra. Or, sorry, until after I got the Squirt bottle. So, probably still need more money. I got 3,400 bucks. But 2,000 of it's going to go to Abra. Yeah, I don't think I can afford it yet. Welcome back, Annie. All right, so yes, yes, no, yes, no. All right, we need to go buy the Abra. Yeah, that's only going to bring us down to six grand. So we might actually need some of the spinners. Not that we choose to battle the spinners choose to battle us. Oh, that was impressive. You 500 bucks. Last time I battled the Magmar guy too. Not on purpose though. 200 bucks. Okay. Last time I bought the punches before Whitney. I will do that once again. Right. Oops. All right. We only have 128 friendship. That's kind of funny. All right. Charcoal. Saw all 3 moves. Okay, we got over 9 grand. We are good. Buy 1 of 8 each. All right, we can go ahead and teach Ice Punch. And Thunder Punch. We'll hold off on Fire Punch until after Whitney. We're going to hold on to Barrier for Whitney. We don't start with 0 friendship. Every single Pokemon in this game starts with the 70 friendship, I think. It's a Gen 2 quirk. I know in future games the legendaries have lower friendship, but in Gen 2 they all have the same. Save just in case. All right, I will start with 1 barrier. Oh no! Oh wait, that was a crit double slap. How dare you? Stomp. Not gonna do you much good. Oh, nice! I got the 10% confusion. Not that it really mattered. As you can see, Stomp was doing pitiful amounts of damage. If we didn't have 1 barrier, it might have brought us down to like 20, which I mean is kind of close. Used rollout last time. Nice. Nice. Got around all those spinners. Nice. That will hopefully save me a little bit of time. That time that I lost accidentally battling that one trainer. And then lost it here. At least he didn't hit hypnosis. That would have been so much worse. Not that I think Fire Punch is all that necessary, but gotta use what you gotta use. Alright, the EV evolutions were not actually all that easy. Even though we have a really, really good moveset, somehow most of the EV evolutions actually kind of circumnavigate our moveset. Like, we don't have a super effective move against this Flareon. We don't have a super effective move against the next Espeon. We don't have a super effective move against the next Umbreon. We do have a super effective move against the Vaporeon, but the Vaporeon survives even a super effective move. And once again, we do not have a super effective move against Jolteon. So somehow, despite having all of the punches, we don't have a good move against the Eevee evolutions, which is crazy. And that's the exact same spot we were going to learn Swift last time. Literally no different from the previous run. So even though we've had technically different wild Pokemon, for the most part, this run has played out exactly the same as the last run. Our first reset was on Karen, so we do have to get kind of lucky on some of the battles from here on out, because there were a few kind of close ones. I believe the underground rival was kind of close. Oh, the final rival was quite close too. I think that's only because I didn't have any super effective moves against the Magnemite, and the Magnemites all paralyzed me. So apparently we one-shot swept that entire Morty team, which was kind of shocking for the Gengar. I fully expected not to one-shot sweep the Gengar. Now, of course, we did get to level 25 for that Gengar, or for the battle with Morty. So I'm curious if the XP is played out exactly the same as last run, where we will get to level 25. Doesn't look like it, but we might get to 25 by the time we get to Gengar. Because of the last one-shot sweep, I just won't save. I'm just gonna go straight into him. Saving is one of those time waste things we kind of learned where to do and where not to do in the first run. So if it is a range, so be it. Right, 25. Yes, there we go. Perfect. Now, question is, can we catch the Krabby with all the balls that we currently possess? And we have more balls than last time, so that's good. Fire Punch is 18 power against Corsola. That's funny. right, got our good rod. I would like to catch the Krabby before we heal, so that way if the Krabby does any damage to us, we get to heal it off. That Staryu is a 5% encounter, just in case anybody didn't know. Pretty rare. Nice. So I've been told you can afford the super potions now. I've never really done it before, but I've been told you can afford them now. Did I say super potions? I meant super repels. Wow, 3,900 to spare. I don't like that. I might consider still doing them after the lighthouse, just to be sure. %100 of votes are for under 111. It's crazy that you guys just think that Karen and Red are just gonna lie over and be easier. All right. I've already taught the moves. Just need to move the super repels to the front. Perfect. It's always it's crazy shocking to me that both the Hitmonchan and the Hitmonlee survive a confusion despite being super effective. Worried about Red Gyarados. That's funny. I guess you're right. We probably shouldn't save in front of Red Gyarados this time. Welcome back, Andrew, by the way. All right. I will probably go ahead and heal after this battle. Even though it's only 20 HP, I do have one potion that you get like early on in the game that I generally don't use. But if I get put to sleep by the Poliwrath, I'm going to be really pissed if 20 damage was the difference between winning and losing. That's interesting, Andrew. Usually after eating dinner, people are usually tired, don't have headaches. Surf. Okay. Well, it wasn't Hypnosis, so we're good. Although that Surf did an awful lot of damage. I guess it is Stab. All right. Kenya. Move Kenya to slot 2. Nice, got around Doug Trio guy. Apparently all rare candies are very necessary in this run, so make sure to pick them all up. Cool. Fly over to Gyarados. Get a wild encounter because why not? Level up off the wild encounter because why not? I saw how close we were to a level up. I'm like, why not? Hyper beam. I went a little too far to the right. I always like how in the top right you get to see how pathetic the team actually is. Okay, so if we learned anything from last run, we'll teach over Fire Punch after we defeat the Magnemite guy in the Rocket hideout, and not after the battle with Jasmine. Turns out the last need for Fire Punch is there instead of the other spot. And I used need loosely. It's not necessarily a need. All right. I'm curious how this run is comparing to the first run. I feel like it's going slightly smoother than last run. Now that I thought about this back-to-back thing, I actually kind of want to visit somebody's stream, and then when they get to the second run, pull up another version of the stream, and then have it be on the left side of the current live stream, and then see how the two runs, see where they differ. Because, I mean, it's going to play out the same way. The question is, what are they doing to get further ahead? What are they playing better? And I'm generally kind of curious now. Hail Giovanni. I can't believe I got around that rocket grunt both runs in a row. We have faced a lot less spinners on this run, so I really do think we're currently ahead of last run. Like, a lot less spinners. At least 3 of them, I think. Unfortunately, I cannot knock out these electrodes in one hit. That was different. Did not see a self-destruct coming. Well, I definitely healed just in case it happened again. All right, just like last time, we were going to go directly into the gym, even if we are currently damaged. Ho ho! Wow. We got some superior ice skating skills this run. All right, well, that makes another spinner we have skipped this run. Oh no, our attack power has gone down. If only we weren't using Fire Punch. How dare you, Hyper Potion? Don't you know who I am? I'm using an actual god. No amount of potioning is going to save you. Heck, we don't even need to heal for the next battle either. Apparently, I think we one-shot the Steelix, so, I mean... The next battle is just straight up free, no need to heal. I gotta heal, well, that's one extra spinner. Arceus is proud of his creation. Okay. All right. I will still pick up return, just because it's efficient to do so. I guess according to Scott and everybody, it's more efficient to do it when you get to the end of the rocket plot line, but it's just not something I do, so I will probably screw it up. Like the whole obtaining of the radio card, I would screw it up if I did it the way everyone else does it. All right. We will teach return after we get past the rocket grunt with the Magnemites. Yeah, so much run still left. I do like seeing that Ice Punch is now like my strongest move. Like they were all 75 and then it's like, oh yeah, you know, you won, so now you get slightly stronger ice moves thanks to price. I don't think there was a lot of situations though where it really would have made much of a difference whether I had Ice Punch or a 75 power move though. This was one of the few battles that it would have made a difference. Okay. It's a shame that I haven't really been able to use a held item this whole entire run until we get to the pink bow after we're done here. Hey, look, we got around that spinner too. Although I probably will not be able to skip him the second time around. Couldn't knock out that Porygon this time either. Oh, look, all these coughings have self-destruct. I don't think I've ever seen him use them. Use it. It's interesting that they all have different moves. Despite being basically the same level, they all have different moves. Oh, wow, I got around that rocket. Well, that's another spinner we have gone around. All right, considering how we almost lost this rival battle last time, I'll make sure to heal. Maybe I should have kept Fire Punch for this battle too. Quite frankly, I haven't even used Return yet. That would definitely make this battle way easier. Is he going in a different order? Well, if he is, I appreciate it very much. Oh wow, just no Thunder Wave. Well, that's gonna make all the difference in the world. Nice. Well, we don't even have to use our full restore then. I like using 2 elixirs at once. It's very efficient, especially since you have to essentially go into your bag 4 times to use your 4 elixirs. Or not elixirs, ethers. If you can do that twice instead of 4 times, it's quite efficient. That's also why I move it to the second or like the 3rd slot, even though it's like in the 6th or 7th slot. Because if you have to go to your bag that many times for one thing, it's faster if it's more consistently toward the top. Like, it's real easy to go past the item if it's in the slot like 6, 7. So it's way easier just to move it up to the front, because then you can just see it and immediately use it. I'm thinking I should consider battling Starmie Nidoqueen Starmie Girl. That's really good XP. It is really hard to pass up that kind of XP. Now the question is, will it make the difference between one level and not before I rare candy on Karen? Sometimes I never know if I need that ether or not. This is probably one of those runs where I don't need it, but grabbed it anyways. I mean, I know Nidoqueen is awesome, but that trainer gives so much XP. It would not shock me if that trainer would give me a whole level on its own. It would not shock me if that trainer individually is better than like 3 trainers on that route combined. Can I knock out one Golbat guy? I'm curious. Oh crap, wrong move. Didn't matter. So last time I accidentally fell asleep on this Vileplume because it survived confusion. I will not make that mistake this time. Falling asleep for like 6 turns is really annoying. Yep, that's right. You went down this time. We're going to go ahead and Super Potion. Use our last one. The reason why I Super Potion is I can't knock out the Houndoom in one hit, apparently. So, wrong move. I thought, I looked at the overlay in the top right, and I saw the coughing was next. I immediately went to confusion. Did not read the text in game. That could have cost me. All right, so let's go ahead and get our pink bow, put on the pink bow. All right, we accidentally battled the Natu guy last time. Let's hopefully get around them this time. Okay, well, got a wild encounter. That sucks. Oh, we also battled this Charmeleon guy by accident too. So, much improvements there. Crap. No point in grabbing the never melt ice. I talk to the rock. That's funny. Make sure I get rest. Interestingly enough, I could actually take that iron over there or that that protein over there, but I didn't, because why would I need to? I'm a Mewtwo. We don't need supplements to increase our power. Our first use of Thunder Punch in quite some time. Right. I remember like literally yesterday on Reddit, like there's a I've seen the video before, but they're ugh, like so close to sneezing. Ah. Well, there goes the receipt. Where there's a not a gorilla, but just like a monkey on a ledge, and the person sticks their arm out to the monkey, so the monkey would pull them up the ledge, and like they do it very easily. Oh, come on. You're going to pull this smoke screen crap again? Oh, crit, huh? Okay, well. That was a lot closer than it needed to be. Oh, I still have 12? Interesting. Well, better in their own way. It's like saying like dolphins like the smartest animal in the sea. You got to remember, it's still the sea. The bar is a lot lower. I don't even think I used 2 max elixirs last time. You know what? I will use the max elixir in the this max elixir takes too long to get to. I'll use the other one before Victory Road. Okay. I feel like I'm forgetting a candy. I mean, I know there's this one candy, but I feel like there's a candy I'm missing other than the one that requires me to be able to see in the dark. And the one that requires all three legendary dogs. I feel like something's missing, but I don't think anything is. Just got here as Mewtwo as LP is in Gen 1. No, it is not, but it is still pretty good, and we got second place in the leaderboard on the first try, and that's with a handful of resets on red. If I could even reduce those, that would be pretty good. Oh, MVF. So now that you're here, there is one thing I wanted to mention. Can you take a look at Granbull on the JSON file? I think the typing is wrong. Because Ice Punch is super effective on Granbull. All right, now can I avoid all these trainers? Dang it! You were staring up forever. How dare you look left? The worst part is she's blocking my way around, so now I have to go down and around her. All right, so this is the full restore, or the max elixir I said that's easier to get around. Why? On the bright side, this Golduck, base XP of 174, which is crazy. And who knows, maybe that one extra level might help. How dare you live? How dare you? Okay, now this battle with the rival is very annoying. Just because of this stupid Magneton. Thunderwave, darn it. And curse, and fully paralyzed, and confused. That's real unfortunate. First reset, rival 5. The worst part is that actually felt pretty good until I got confused, and then I was like, oh, confusion, great. We all know where what's gonna happen when I get confused. Oh, good, 25% miss. I deserve that after how bad that first attempt went. Oh, good, we're gonna level up. That's perfect. That means those battles with the trainers, they actually did matter. I don't know how many of the candies I should consider using before wait, why do I have 6 candies? Did I miss one? I think I missed one. Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought I was supposed to have 7. Oh well. I am a slightly higher level, so I guess it kind of makes up for it. Okay, level up. Now, can we get a level up after Bruno? That would be pretty good. Or sorry, not Bruno. Okay, can the next 2 trainers level us up each? That would be a shame if I have to use a rare candy in the middle of a level. 6,700, 6,900, so I'm not going to get 2 levels. Great. Yeah, that sucks. Oh well. Nice crit. Wrong move. Oh, crap. Great. Great. You tried Toxic. How dare you? You tried Toxic twice. How dare you? Wow. Well, that is so close to a level up. That's real unfortunate. 6,600. Yeah, we're not going to level up. I mean, we will level up, but we're not going to level up twice. Yep, 7,400. Now I really don't want a candy. Screw it. I'm not going to candy. We're just going to go for it on Umbreon. Alright, full restore. Save. Oh, I guess the least I could have did was put the Paralyzed Cure Berry on. That would have helped. Well, I guess it wouldn't have. The hard part is the... Oh, God. It's still a 3-shot. Ouch. Alright, well, I don't think we're going to be able to knock out the... What the? What did you just use? How did I... What? Oh, Sand Attack, right. Screw it. I've got such a little margin. I really can't afford that. I need to 2-shot the Umbreon. Or get a crit. That works too. I think the crit will essentially make this easy. Wait. Was I really that close to one-shotting the... What? I didn't even get a crit on the Arcanine. Alright, the Houndoom. Houndoom. I don't even know what happened there. Alright, last time I accidentally didn't use Ice Punch. And it literally cost me a reset, so we're not going to get paralyzed this time. Perfect. I really like the type boost that the overlay says. Because I used to do 50-50 between Thunder Punch and Ice Punch. And now it's just like, well, obviously use Ice Punch. Alright, last time I got onto the boat at 55 minutes. So let's see how long it takes from here to the boat. That was close. I almost screwed that up. Almost went to the boat without the SS pass. That would have sucked. Alright, so we have the same amount of resets, but we are approximately 1.5 minutes faster. That's good. I think that has to do with all the spinners we skip. All right. Please get around Magnemite guy. I don't know if he'll be a one-shot sweep, but I am not willing to make that risk. Also, pick up Psychic before, so we don't have to accidentally backtrack to go get it. There was a bit of lag right there. Okay, well, at least we have Psychic now. Okay, well, we certainly lost some time on that guy. So what did I want to be? Level 63 by the time I get out of here? I think it was 63. After the candies, of course. Okay. So far, so good. Although, to be fair, I don't think there are any roadblocks for quite a while. Until... No, even blue wasn't a roadblock. I just really would like to get around some spinners. I guess Jumpluff Girl and Beedrill guy are like the two spinners that are left. Oh, right, Red. You're right. I guess it won't matter. Good call. I forgot that our... Oh my god, what did I just do? Okay. Oh, you know what? I did forget to pick up Curse. I don't really think I forgot to pick up Curse. It's just that I'm not used to picking up Curse. So the way Scott picks up Curse is he picks up Curse like the moment he arrives into Celadon, just like how I pick up Leftovers. And apparently that's probably the best way. And I mean, it really is the best way, but for some reason I always do it after talking to Professor Oak. Right, up, down. All right, can we get past Jumpluff Girl? Who, again, does not have Jumpluff, just has Skip Plume. We just call her Jumpluff Girl. Yeah, there we go. All right, now we know the run is for real. We've skipped like 4 spinners this run. It's great. Compared to the first run. I mean, there's still the Beedrill trainer. But that's pretty... Oh, and the water trainer. But it's pretty much it. Like I said, I now go down and around that guy. Because that guy just keeps getting in the way when you go up. Oh, there you go. You see how Grand Bull was super effective on Ice Punch there, MVF? You want to rewind it? Wrong move. But yeah, so that means something's wrong in the JSON for Grand Bull. Not that it matters. That's literally the only Grand Bull in the run, and that Grand Bull is such a low level that everything one-shots it. There was also another thing we were thinking about adding, but I'll mention it to you after the run. I got PTSD on that Porygon after the prior Porygon we faced against survived any attack we could use on it. Went with the full psychic. Only Lapras can survive an attack from us. No point in healing or saving. Oh wow, it was a range on the Lapras, which seems kind of odd because last time that Lapras survived by a lot. Oh, we did rare candy. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Let's see. We don't need to heal because we're pretty much going to use return for all of Surge. I do need to pick up Curse. I usually do that after talking to Oak. Why did I do that? All right, so the only annoying thing on Surge's team is the Magneton, which can survive any move that I use on it. But outside of that, everything just goes down to one hit. In fact, I have almost double speed on all of them. Ooh, what do you know? Being a higher level made a difference on the Magneton. Nice. Also, I might have used a Ice Punch instead of Psychic last time. Hello, Snorlax holding leftovers. Bye-bye, Snorlax holding leftovers. Usually I like hugging the wall because it ignores the two trainers over there. Although when I super repel, I usually use the elixir that I picked up on my way out, and that allows me to have all my PP for both Blaine and Janine. Dang it! That was the last spinner. Nope, no it wasn't. It was not the last spinner. The last spinner is the Beedrill one. That one's the last random spinner. The Beedrill spinner is technically not random, even though I go past them so fast they're random. But Scott says they're not random. And I believe it. If I stand in front of the Beedrill trainer, it's not random. But I don't like waiting and timing them up. All right, we are making real good time. We are definitely going to make it to red before 111. Way before 111. We are certainly on pace for first place. Which is crazy because I really thought that Mew time was good. I mean, to be fair, Mewtwo starts with Confusion and can pretty much spam Confusion the whole game, which is solid. Whereas, Mew gets Pound and pretty much has to rely on the punches the whole game. So, I mean, it is slightly better in Mewtwo's favor because the Confusion's very powerful and you can use it for basically the whole game. It has a shitload of PP. I kind of timed that up. I was really hoping that once its head went into the left direction that I'd be able to just go right and up before he can even go, but it just turns out that I was able to go to right and then he was looking in the down direction and then I was able to go up. I don't think I could really consistently do that. Was I supposed to get rid of... Yeah, I was supposed to get rid of Psychic. Or I'm supposed to get rid of Psychic for Curse. Because Psychic is only good on the Venusaur, and I can just kind of use Return on the Venusaur. Oh, it's funny. Thunder Punch and Ice Punch have the same amount of power now that I've defeated Surge. Defeated Surge. Andrew Palmer, I did it offline. I did it while testing... I don't remember. I did it while testing something out. I did show the end of it last run. Because I have the video saved out. Alright, don't talk to the TV. Yes, there we go. Okay. All right. Down, right, right, right. Up, around, down. Uh-huh. Up, right. Okay. Hug the wall, left, up, left, up, right, right, down, up. One, right, left, one. All right, well, that wasn't very good, like, talking, but it worked out. All right, rare candy. Just use all of them. All right, let's do this. Thunder Miss, nice. Okay. Oh, nice. Got another Thunder Miss. Sweet. Aha, no special drop. That's good. Oh, that's funny. I still outspeed Snorlax. That's great. Snorlax survives. That's not great. Still get a leftovers buff, though. Oh, I might actually die. Okay, I got greedy. Really should have used rest earlier. Or possibly just used two curses instead. Okay, well, it kind of hit a lot of Alright, considering holy crap! Did it just crit me? Oh. Okay, let's just be safe. Rest up. Okay, no special drop. That's all that really mattered. Although it did just use reflex. Now the Snorlax is gonna live. Or I can get a crit and it won't live. Interesting. Really? I could literally have won by now with the Psychic strat. Oh, no. Setting up on Pikachu was the worst. Maybe setting up on Snorlax was the right idea. And it still lived. Okay. Yeah, setting up Snorlax was right. Feels bad. We might still get 113 at least. Maybe. Please do not use Giga Drain. Thank you. Well, I saved 1 minute. It did not go as I thought it would go. Okay, well, it didn't beat Mew. That is unfortunate. Let's see what Mew did. I know somebody else requested to see what Mew did for the final video. Let me go check. Okay, so Mew used the same moveset? Oh, it's just 2 levels higher because it was in this medium slow level up group. What did I do? Did I set up on Snorlax? Did I not use oh, hold on. I did set up on Snorlax. Okay. Okay. I see. So I could have learned from my own Mew strategy. Feels bad. It looks like I even did the full entire setup too for the Snorlax. Oh, wow. I wonder if I even went with the full setup in the final time. It makes perfect sense now, though, that Snorlax literally can't do anything to you when you're using Curse. Okay, so it looks like I went for the full setup immediately. Nice. We'll get to rest the crit away. Oh, sorry for anybody in the vertical stream. The right side is cut off a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a sweep from there. So the Mew also did not first try red either. So, but it was 0 resets all the way to red. So I guess the Mew probably did better on Karen. All right, so let's see. How did Karen go? So it had the same moveset, but it has Psychic. The return Pink Bow, so that's basically the same. Interesting. So I got hit by Confuse Ray, but not Sand Attack. Yeah, I mean, it's basically the same. I just didn't get hit by Sand Attack. So I guess, did I go into the battle not fully healed? Is that what I did? 2 out of 2. Oh my God, I did. I did go to the battle not fully healed. Wow, past Steve was so smart. For anybody that doesn't know, the Umbreon starts with Sand Attack like 80% of the time, or like 90% of the time if you have full HP. But it goes for Confuse Ray if you don't have full HP. And I think this is because the way it works is it uses Sand Attack, and then it will use Feint Attack, and then it will use Confuse Ray. So that's how it just kind of usually works. And so that way you've been Confuse Ray and Sand Attacked like immediately at the beginning, like every single battle. Okay, well, that was a pretty fun run. We didn't get first, but you know what? Second is perfectly fine. You two kind of deserve second. You know, it's the slow level up group. Slow level up group does hold it back a little bit. You know, that's perfectly fine. We're good with that, even if it wasn't, you know, the perfect strategy. But I hope you guys had a great day. I was able to complete Mewtwo in both Generation 1 and Generation 2 in a relatively fantastic time, getting first place by a margin of 6 minutes. No, 7 minutes in Generation 1. An enormous margin of 7 minutes. And getting second place in Gen 2. Only to Mew, which is pretty good. So, have a nice night, guys. And I will see you tomorrow, where we're going to be playing Iron Hands with Ike. So, good night. Bye.